good morning Year 2. I hope you're all well. Happy Tuesday to all. Good morning life, good morning family, good morning friends. So I hope you've got your books ready for your reading comprehension and you've written your date in your beautiful cursive writing. It's Tuesday the 12th of May today. We're going to be starting with our reading today, more on games from around the world, then our core skills, then our maths, into our new spelling pattern, our English work, brief look at connected curriculum, and then our mindful activities. So when you're ready to start, let's get going. Okay, so you have got a little bit of writing here to read, and then you've got 2 questions, and the sentences that you're going to write are here. So you need to pause your PowerPoint now. You're going to read all of this text, read your questions, and write your answers. When you've done that, you can press play and we'll look at the answers together. Hopefully you've all had a go at those questions. Let's have a little look at the answers. So, I will read the text first. So, statues from Greece. One child is it and stands in the centre of a large space counting loudly. The other players walk around waiting for that child to shout statue. When they hear this word, the players freeze like statues. Anyone who is moving is out. Then the child who is it tries to make the others laugh or move. The last player remaining as still as a statue is the winner and becomes the new it. This game can be great for practicing your balance if you are standing in an awkward position. Then we've got next paragraph, Unch Neech, which is a game from Pakistan. The name of this game means up, down. It involves lots of running around. Children have to be up off the ground, such as on a chair, or down where they must be touching the ground. One child is it and has to catch the others. It uses up lots of energy and is great fun. Kangaroo Skippy-Roo is from Australia. In this game, one child pretends to be a sleeping kangaroo with its eyes shut. When a player touches the kangaroo's shoulders, the kangaroo has to guess who it is. This game is all about guessing. So your question number 3 was look at the statues section. So where is our answer going to be? Is it going to be in the paragraph that says statues from Greece? Is it going to be in the Unch Neech from Pakistan? Or is it going to be in the Kangaroo Skippy-Roo? It tells you exactly where to look. Look at the statues section. So we know the answer is going to be in here. So this is where we're going to find the answer. Not in here and not in here, in this part. So we don't need to read these bits again for this question. So why is statues a good name for this game? So if you look here, it says the other players walk around waiting for the child to shout statue. When they hear this word, the player freezes like statues. So think about how you could put that into a sentence. So statues is a good name for this game because the players have to freeze like statues. Okay, so number 4, what do the words Unch Neech mean? Where might we find the answer to this? Is it going to be in our paragraph about statues from Greece? Is it going to be in the section Unch Neech from Pakistan? Or is it going to be in Kangaroo Skippy-Roo from Australia? What do the words Unch Neech mean? Absolutely, it's going to be in here. It says the name of this game means up, down. So your sentence, the word Unch Neech means, okay? So for number 3, your answer should be something like this. Statues is a good name for this game because when the players hear this word, they have to freeze like statues. Well done if you put that as your answer or something along those lines about the people freezing like statues. Question 4, the word Unch Neech means up and down. So hopefully you got those. If you didn't, take a little bit of time now, pause the PowerPoint, have a little look, see if you can see where Mrs. Muller found the answers. And if you're ready, carry on. Right, it is time for your core skills now. I'm loving seeing all the emails about children needing to move on to different times tables. That's brilliant if you're ready for it. Make sure you are, please. And remember, we've got that battle going on. So pause it here and have 20 minutes of TT Rockstars, hit the button, or any games or any ways that you've been practicing this at home. Okay, hopefully you've done your core skills now, and you should have your book or paper and be ready for our math session. So yesterday I set you a challenge to do some practical work all about weight. So the language that we used to compare the weight from yesterday was that heavy and light, heavier and lighter, and the heaviest and lightest. So we're going to be looking at something similar today, but we're going to be having a go at putting all our skills to some challenges. So what do these symbols or words mean? Your first job is to pause the video here and to tell a grown-up or to write these symbols down and these words and tell me what they mean. When you're ready, press play. Okay, so remember, we always talk about Charlie the crocodile likes to eat the biggest number or the biggest thing, doesn't he? So when we're finding the greatest, something that's greater than, his mouth will be open to the big thing, to munch that big thing because he's greedy. Greedy Charlie the crocodile. If the back of his head is facing a number, then that's a number that's a smaller number, or less than, because he turns his back against a little number because he just wants that big juicy number, doesn't he? Okay, so remember that. And then we've got equal to. Okay, more is the number that's bigger or greater than, less is the number that's smaller. Okay, so now that we know what those words mean, and we've looked at doing some weight yesterday, I would like you to have a go at this do it problem. So using the words more and less and the symbols greater than and less than, describe the mass. So you're going to have a little look here, and we've got a lettuce and a pineapple, and you need to decide which one is the heaviest. So if you think the lettuce is the heaviest, then Charlie the crocodile would eat the lettuce because that's the bigger thing. If you think the pineapple is the heaviest, then his big mouth would go to the pineapple because he wants the biggest thing. He's very greedy. So your first job is to write the correct symbol in. You've then got the lettuce weighs something than the pineapple. Here, it needs to either say the lettuce weighs less than the pineapple or the lettuce weighs more than the pineapple. So have a go, drawing that and adding the symbol in your book or paper, writing the sentence with the word more or less. When you're ready, press play and we'll look at the answer together. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go. Let's have a little look. So, if we have a little look here, how do we know which is the bigger mass, which one weighs more? How can we tell? By looking at the scales. Yeah, absolutely, that's right. So the heavier thing would weigh lower down. So you can see that the pineapple is weighing further down than the lettuce. The lettuce has gone up because the pineapple is heavier. So it's pushing down the scales. So the biggest item here is the pineapple. So Charlie the crocodile wants to eat the pineapple. So you need your greater than symbol facing the pineapple. Well done if you got that right. Give yourself a tick. If you didn't, give it a dot, and hopefully you understand that now. Okay. So the lettuce weighs, is it more or less than the pineapple? It's less, because the pineapple is weighing the lettuce down. The lettuce has gone up because the pineapple is really heavy. Lovely. When you're ready, let's move on to our secure it. So complete the sentences. So it says here, 4 bananas weigh the same as something donuts. So you can see we've got 4 bananas here. All you need to do is count how many donuts you've got. Okay, that's your first job. It then says 2 bananas weigh the same as something donuts. So here we've got 4 bananas, but now we want to find out how many donuts weigh the same as 2 bananas. So we're actually halving that number. We're halving 4, aren't we? because half of 4 is 2. So if we've halved the number of bananas, we also need to halve the number of donuts. Okay, so your first job is to count the donuts and write the number in. You then need to have a go at halving. So remember, halving is the same as sharing between 2 people. So once you've counted those donuts, you could use cubes or objects if you want to share your donuts between you and another person, or just imagine there's another person there. Imagine Mrs. Mulliner is there. Mrs. Mulliner likes donuts. I'll share them with you. Okay? And it then says, can you write sentences using more or less about the picture? Have a little go. When you're ready, press play and we'll come back and look at the answer together. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed sharing your donuts with Mrs. Mulliner. Let's have a look at the answers. So, if we have a little look, 4 bananas weigh the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 donuts. Okay, so we've got 4 bananas and 8 donuts. So your first answer should be 8. Give yourself a tick if you got it right, or a dot if you got it wrong. So if we know that 4 bananas weigh the same as 8 donuts, we now need to work out what half of that is, because we want to know what 2 bananas is. So if we know that half of 4 is 2, what is half of 8? So if I've got my 8 donuts and I'm going to share, let me see if I can get this to work, because it's sometimes a bit temperamental. Okay. So if I've got my 8 donuts and I'm going to share between 2 plates, okay? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many would Mrs. Mulliner have, and how many would you have? That's right, there's 4 on each plate. So the answer is 4. We know that half of 8 is 4. The next thing says, can you write some sentences using less and more? Okay, so hopefully you've come up with some of these. I'll just give you some examples. Bananas weigh more than donuts, because less bananas, we need more donuts to weigh out the bananas. Donuts weigh less than bananas. A banana weighs double the amount of a donut, because you can see that double 4 is 8, double 2 is 4. Or a donut weighs half the amount of a banana. So the donuts, 4 donuts to 2 bananas, that's half. 8 donuts to 4 bananas. So hopefully you've got them. If you've got another one, make sure you send that across and we'll have a little look. And just make sure when you email that you ask us to check that bit if you're unsure. Okay, we always look at all the work that you do, but if there's something you found really tricky or your grown-ups really want us to check, make sure you put, please can you check the secure it answer, and we'll make sure we give you a special comment about that. Lovely. Okay, moving on to the deepen it. If you think you're ready, if you're finding this tricky and you just need to do more of weighing more and less, you can with your grown-ups do it practically. But if you're ready for the deepen it, let's have a little look. Okay, so Tommy says apples weigh more than bananas. Eva says 2 donuts weigh the same as 2 bananas. Do you agree? Explain why. So you're going to look at Tommy's what Tommy said, and if you think he's right, you're going to tick it. If you think he's wrong, you're going to put a cross next to it. You're going to do exactly the same with Eva. So if you think she's right, give her a tick, and if she's wrong, give her a cross. Make sure you explain why. So if you think Tommy is right, you will write Tommy is correct because, or if you think he's wrong, Tommy is incorrect because, and the same for Eva. So you should have 2 sentences. Pause it, have a go. When you're ready, press play and we'll go through the answer together. Okay, hopefully you've had a little go. Let's have a look at the answers. So, 3 bananas weigh the same as 2 apples. So Tommy is correct. An apple must weigh more than a banana. So if you look here, how many donuts we need to match the bananas here. So we needed 8. Here we've only got 2, and then we've got the 2 apples. Okay, 1 banana weighs the same as 2 donuts. So either is incorrect. Donuts and bananas do not weigh the same. We've just looked at that on the last problem, haven't we? So Tom is correct because an apple must weigh more than a banana. Either is incorrect. Okay, I would like you to pause it now, have a little break, have a snack, have a little run around, whatever you need to do. When you come back, we're going to look at a new spelling pattern. Make sure you've got your paper or your book. Off you go. When you're ready, come back. Hello guys, hopefully you've had a nice little break there. So we've got a new set of spellings today. We always do on a Tuesday. So you can see your spellings are here. First thing I would like you to do is to read through and see if you can spot what the spelling pattern is. So pause the video, have a little look, read them through. What do all of those spellings have that's the same? And what sound is that spelling pattern making? Okay, let's have a little look, let's find out. So, the spelling pattern is the E sound but spelled EY at the end of a word. So you can see we've got key, donkey, monkey, chimney, val E, troll E, journ E, turkey, jock E, kidney. So it's that EY, but it's making the E sound. So what I would like you to do today is you can see here that we've got the beginning sound we need to match to the end. So for example, we're going to add E to the word and write it here. So K-E, the word would be key. Then we've got donk, should have a K there, shouldn't it? E, donkey. Okay, so you're practicing spelling those words by adding the E on the end. I've just realised the monkey one needs a K as well, so make sure you check. Once you've done that, you can have a little look on the list and check that you've got it right. Okay, so pause it and have a go at that, and when you're ready, come back. We're going to look at English, and it's a bit tricky today, so I need those really good listening ears. Okay, welcome back. I hope you've managed to have a little go at that. Apologies if some of the letters were missed out. I hope you managed to spot that. Okay, so you were looking yesterday at a postcard and what a postcard needs in order to be successful and be able to be posted to somebody. So what tense would we use in a postcard? Now I did talk about this briefly with you yesterday, but I just wonder if anybody can remember what tense would we use in a postcard. Okay, have a little look now. We're going to explore tense today, which is tricky. So I've got a little starter activity. My friend Kashan has lived in this town for 5 years, and we have been best friends all that time. Before he came to our town, he was in Birmingham, but his mum got a new job, so the family moved here. When I met Kashan, he spoke with a Brummie accent, but his dad says he's taken on the way I speak. So now he sounds as if he's been here all his life. So I want you to spot the verbs in the paragraph, and then you're going to decide whether it's a past idea or a present. So is it something that's already happened? It would be a past idea. Or is it something that's still happening now? It would be a present idea. So pause it and have a little go. Don't worry if you find this tricky. I'm going to go through it with you. It is a really tricky concept. So just have a go at picking out them verbs and then deciding, is it the past or the present? You might want to write them down on a piece of paper. Pause it now. When you're ready, press play and we'll look together. Okay, so here are some examples. So we've got a difference here. Before he came to our town, Kashan was in Birmingham. Let's have a little think. Do you think this is past or present? His mum got a new job, so the family moved here. When I met Kashan, he spoke with a Brummie accent. So decide, do you think that's in the past tense or the present tense, and why? Let's have a little look at this bit now. My friend Kashan has lived in this town for 5 years. We have been best friends all that time. His dad says he has taken on the way I speak. So is it past or is it present? Let's have a little look. So this one is all about the timing. Past tense is used for activities or events that started and finished in the past. So before he came, so came is a past tense verb. He was, so it's something he was. If he was still here now, he is. It would be is, wouldn't it? So he was in Birmingham. His mum got, not is getting, she got a job, so it's already happened. The family moved here, so there, that one's an easy one because it's got the ed. When I met Kashan, so I've already met him, I won't be meeting him, he spoke with a Brummie accent. So that's in the past tense there. And then this is called the present perfect tense. And that is used for activities that have started in the past but are still true now or have an effect on what is happening now. So my friend Kashan has lived in this town for 5 years. So he's lived and he's still living here. So can you see that that's still in the present tense? He's still living there. It's not saying he used to live there or he lived there 5 years ago. My friend Kashan has lived. So that word has is telling us that he's still there. We have been best friends all that time. Again, it's telling us that they're still best friends. Not we were best friends. We have been. So we still are. His dad says he has taken on the way I spoke. Not he took. He has taken. So it is really tricky. So I'm going to ask you to pause it and to look at this with a grown-up and just make sure you really understand, because it's all about the time. So past tense is an activity that started and finished in the past. So it's not still happening. He's already moved. He's already met him. He's already spoke with that accent. His mum has already got the job. So that's happened, been happened, finished. This one, he's lived in the town for 5 years. They have been best friends. He's taken on the way he speaks. It's still happening now. It's used for activities that started in the past, but it's still true now and still having an effect. Pause it there. Make sure you're really secure, because today's challenge is to have a go at doing this on your own. When you're ready, press play. Okay, I would like you to have a go now. So you need to decide which verb form is correct. This is really important when we're writing a diary to make sure it makes sense. So number 1, I went to the zoo yesterday, or I have been to the zoo yesterday. So I want you to decide which one is the right verb form, which one makes sense. So is it A, I went to the zoo yesterday, or B, I have been to the zoo yesterday? Pause it, decide, and then we'll look at the answer together. You can just write A or B on a piece of paper if you want to. So, I went to the zoo yesterday. It's simple past tense. It's telling me what you did yesterday. I have been to the zoo yesterday. Doesn't make sense, does it? So, it's I went to the zoo yesterday. Okay, next one. Number 2. When you have eaten your dinner, you can go and play. When you ate your tea, you can go and play. So if you think it's A, when you've eaten your dinner, you can go and play, write A. If you think B, when you ate your tea, you can go and play, write B. Okay, so the answer is A. This is the present perfect tense. So Mum is saying, when you've eaten your dinner, so it's still happening now. You've already started eating your dinner, but you're still eating it. When you've eaten it, you can go and play. Not, this one doesn't make sense, does it? When you ate your tea, you can go and play. What would it be? when you ate your tea, you went and played, yeah? So it's got to make sense. So let's look at the next one together, number 3. I have lost my pencil during the last lesson. Or B, I lost my pencil during the last lesson. Write down A or B, and let's look at the answer. Okay, use simple past tense. I lost my pencil during the last lesson. So it happened. It's happened and it's done. You've lost it and you don't know where it is. I have lost my pencil during the last lesson. Doesn't make sense, does it? Lost is a past tense verb. Okay. Hope you're getting the hang of this now. Last one, number 4. Wait for me. I haven't put my coat on yet. Or B. Wait for me. I didn't put my coat on yet. So on your paper, write A or B. Let's have a look which one it is. Wait for me. I haven't put my coat on yet. It's the present perfect tense. You're telling me you haven't done it yet, so it's something that is still happening now. I didn't put my coat on. Didn't is past tense, isn't it? But it doesn't make sense because it says, wait for me. I didn't put my coat on yet. Okay, so for your challenge today, first of all, if you haven't understood that, I suggest you keep looking and going over it again with a grown-up until you understand it, because it is quite tricky. Your challenge today is this. So which sentence makes sense? Write the correct sentence in your book. Write the sentence using neat writing, capital letter and punctuation. Can I just say that the work that I'm being sent, that me and Mrs. Upton are being sent, the handwriting is absolutely beautiful. And I've said to a few of you, I think you're trying to get those handwriting pens when you get back to school. So please keep up that beautiful writing. So all we need from you today is to decide which one is the correct sentence, the correct verb type, and to write it in your book. So if you think that this is the right sentence, wait for me, I haven't put my coat on yet, then you write that one out. If you think it's wait for me, I didn't put my coat on yet, you write that one out. So all you are writing is the date and then either this sentence or this one in your best writing. So it's not a lot to do today, the writing ones. Once you've done that, that's the end of your learning. I'm just going to have a little look through your CC with you and go through your mindfulness challenges, and that's today's learning. So well done, guys. Pause it so you can write that sentence, and when you're ready, press play. Oh, and there you can just check your answer is the present perfect tense here. So hopefully you managed to find the right one there. Okay, just a little reminder that you can find the Connected Curriculum menu on the Year 2 homepage. Make sure you're including a range of activities from different subjects. Over the course of the week, you're expected to complete at least 2 of the activities. So select the ones that you think you will enjoy, and you can do these activities independently or with another member of staff. The weather is very changeable at the moment, so you might find that one day you're having a sunny day, one day you're having a rainy day. So I'd really suggest doing some work around weather today, whether that's making a weather station or doing a weather report about the week. You could video this, whether it's keeping a diary. Just have a little think, or you could link it into the UK and find out about a different country that makes up the UK, find out what the weather's like there, okay? But remember, it's your choice. Just try and make sure you're getting a bit of science, geography and the arts in there as well. And we'd love to see some cooking challenges too. Okay, mindfulness challenges. I've got 2 today. I'm going to start with this one. So this is called hot writing. So it's to choose a short period of time, such as a minute. So it might be that you get a grown-up to give you a timer, and you keep your pen or your pencil moving for the whole minute. Now this could be that you're writing about your favourite pet or something you've done, or writing little notes to your friends or your mum or your dad or your sisters, or it could simply be that you're doodling and you're drawing for that time. The idea is that your body and mind is so focused on what your hand is doing, and it kind of takes away those worries because you're focusing on what you're doing, and it's that peaceful time where you're just at one with yourself and that paper and the way that pen's moving, and think about how it's moving. So that's a nice one that Mrs. Muller's tried, and it just gives you that little moment of peace. Okay, now I love these mindfulness cards. This one is called Mountain Rising. So it says grow strong and steady. So little bit different today. What you need to do is stand straight with your feet apart, arms by your side. Feel the bottoms of your feet planted on the floor and keep your eyes open. Okay, so really feeling like those feet are planted and stuck to your floor. Number 2, imagine you are a mountain rising up from the ocean. So your feet are in the ocean, you're a mountain rising up, and your head is the top of the mountain. Then you raise your arms, fingers apart, so spread the fingers apart. This lifts your mountain higher. Hold this position for a moment, solid as a mountain. So you should be stood with your feet rooted to the ground, arms up with fingers spread apart, and hold it up as solid as a mountain. So nothing should be able to blow you down. Okay. Notice if you have any thoughts or worries, see them as tiny waves that are splashing up the mountain. So your worries are little waves splashing up the mountain. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out to blow the waves or our worries out to sea. The water will become calm instead of around you. So still with your arms up as the mountain. Any thoughts or worries are those little waves that are splashing up your mountain, okay? Breathe in, nice deep breath through your nose. Out through your mouth and blow the waves out to sea. Watch and feel the water become calm and still around you. So this is where it depends on you personally how many thoughts and worries you have that you need to blow out to sea. When you feel like it's calm and still around you, you can lower your arms, take a mindful breath and relax. So it means a really deep breath. Feel your body relax and you can stay strong as a mountain all day. I think that is beautiful. I really like that one. So that's called a mountain rising. You can do this sitting down if you want to as well, but I thought it's something different standing up. Really hope you enjoy those, and remember to send some pictures in if you're doing those. Thank you again for your hard work today. It's been a tricky one, some really tricky concepts. Please do not worry if you're finding any of this learning tricky. We will eventually be back at school and we can pick up the bits that you are finding tricky. So please don't be sad, don't be worried. Take some time to do these mindfulness challenges and go and enjoy the rest of your day with your family. Take care guys, and I will speak to you tomorrow.